See, I will come to the matter, straight to the point. Okay. Now we are living in a timeline. Okay. Basically, there are two timelines. One I would like to call it as the universal timeline, which is actually an infinite timeline. Okay, it has no starting or beginning or no end. Okay, it's an infinite timeline that is called as universe timeline, and in that we have our own timeline which is set by us. Some call it lifetime or something like that. Okay, remember the universal timeline, and we say 60 years or 50 years or 70 years or 100 years our lifetime. That's a small timeline here. Okay, this is the universal timeline which is constant. So what happens is, we think our lifetime is this small lifetime. Understood? So what I'm saying is, everything is predetermined in this universal timeline. Okay, when you are going to be born, when you are going to die, and what are the events or what are the trajectories of your lifetime. Okay, so stay with me. Now this universe always tries to pull you from this timeline to the basic constant timeline, which is always constant and infinite. Always tries to pull it towards the original timeline. Okay, so say for example, this infinite universal timeline puts in a lot of what I would call it as breadcrumbs, small breadcrumbs, into our timelines. So as if you grab that breadcrumb and have it, you will go to the universal timeline. If you don't take up that opportunity, you will continue to be in this timeline, which is your lifetime, which is proposed and accepted by yourself, but which is not the case in the universal timeline. You have something else written for you. That's what they say, your life is written for you and all those things. No, it's there. These are called as opportunities. If you take those opportunities, you will jump to the original timeline which is written for you. If you don't take those opportunities, you will stay in this maybe miserable or whatever timeline, which is designed for you and your comfort by you. Okay, which is not the case. Your timeline has been written, but you are deciding into your own timeline. Okay, let me start with that. Explain this thing in an example so that you will understand. I know you are confused right now. So as I said, this is the universal timeline, your timeline, or so whatever it is. So let's consider a man. Okay, in like some 25-30 years back, okay, he was not successful in life and he was living a moderately poor life, hard life. Okay, so he has a habit that he has a friend who works in a drama industry. He used to take up all the villain roles, that friend. So this guy has the habit of going to the drama industry and pick him up, and then they both go outside and chill out at the night. Okay, so he used to go to the drama company to pick up his friend. So one day what happened, he was in the drama company where his friend was supposed to be there, and unfortunately that day the friend was not well and he didn't come to the drama company. Okay, now everyone in the drama company knows about this person. Okay, so what happened, that person was on leave. So the director of the drama company, he called up this guy, the friend of the real actor, this guy, and asked him that, I didn't ask to anyone else since there are a lot of people, but I wanted to ask you first, can you take up the role of your friend as villain in this drama, please? He's not well. And without any hesitation, this guy said, yes, I will do that. Okay, and makeup was done and he was told what are the roles, this is what you are going to do, and then straight to the stage. He was on the stage. The scene was actually, we call it Tamil Gada, the one which Hanumanji keeps in his hand. No? Okay, that was the property. He has it in his hand, and the scene was, he was when the screen opens, he'll be turning back side and he has to turn this side and laugh, have a villainistic laugh, ha 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 kind of thing. What this guy, charismatic guy, did is, screen open, he just turned like this with his hair running around and took the gada like this and took it to the other hand like this and turned like this and ha 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 ha. Charismatic laugh, and all the audience, even the director, was in awe. Who is this guy? And his delivery of dialogue was so superb and magnetic. Now he became very famous in drama industry, and people came to see him. Actually, hero was like diminished his popularity. This villain guy is getting all hypes and fame and everything. So this is how he got introduced into cinema. Okay, that time, no, there's a very big link between the drama industries and the cinema. And one of the famous directors recruited him for a movie, and he starred in the movie, and then he came up. Do you know who that guy is? Yes, superstar Rajinikanth. See, what I'm explaining is, this is the universal timeline. It has been written that at the age of 35 or so, he has to enter the cinema industry, and then he has to reach the level which he is right now. Okay, so what happened? This universal timeline put a breadcrumb in his timeline, which was so miserable before that 35 years or something. The universal timeline just put a breadcrumb. That is that opportunity to act in the drama. What Rajini did, without any hesitation, he took that breadcrumb and swallowed it whole. He said yes. Imagine if he didn't say yes. The next day, that same actor would have come there and then might have acted that role, and he wouldn't have got that role, and no one would have seen that charismatic laugh and all those acting and deliveries. So he took the breadcrumb. If he hadn't, who knows, no one would have known about Rajinikanth, right? See, that's what I'm saying. Universe puts all the breadcrumbs. Okay, it holds true for everything. Even there are a lot of people who had near-death experiences or near-death escapes. They would have taken up the right decision, breadcrumb, which might be taking a wrong turn in the road, going for a long trip. He might have taken a wrong turn, and that travel might have been delayed. Okay, that might have delayed or avoided the accident which he might have underwent if he went through the normal road. So I hope you understood with that example. Okay, so what I'm saying is, don't just live your life, just observe everything what's happening. Now, even if you retrospectively think about your life, you would have had lot of breadcrumbs, left lot of breadcrumbs. Your trajectories would have went left, right, left, whatever it is. I'm praying to the universe that you are right on the universal timeline. From right now onwards, please don't just live, observe everything, every decision, every choices or breadcrumbs. Take it wisely and somehow join the universal timeline. Okay, see, so what's the purpose of God or the Supreme? What's the purpose? See, in Bhagavad Gita, especially the Gita part of Bhagavad, the Krishna was training Arjuna. So he was saying, do this, focus on this and all those things. Most of the people would have known about all these things. So one day Arjuna got tired of this and he asked Krishna that, yeah, you are telling me do that in this war and all those things. What are you going to do? So Krishna calmly said that you aim the target and release the arrow. That's with precision and with full concentration and involvement. That is your job. My job is to clear all the wind and all the clouds to pave way for your arrow so that it reaches the destination. That's my only job. That's what, if you believe in God, God does. If you don't believe in God, the universe of the cosmos does. Nothing else. So it paves ways to the universal timeline, provided you make the right choices. So don't just live, observe everything. See, I think Morgan Freeman, Morgan Freeman, it was in a movie. He said very elegantly quoted this thing. See, I'll tell God, I assume that everyone is believer, and if you are not, I will just take it whatever it is, something above you. Okay, I'll just say God. So if you pray for happiness, God will never give happiness, okay, 2 kgs of happiness or 3 tons of happiness for him. No, God will never give you happiness as such. God will give only opportunities to be happiness, breadcrumbs. If you take it, you'll be happy. If you miss that, you won't be happy. Similarly, if you pray for success, God will never give you success. Oh, give success to him, give failure to him. No, God will give opportunities, breadcrumbs for success. If you take it, it is successful. If you don't take it, it's not successful. Okay, see, everything is like in that movie. He will be saying, if a wife is expecting happiness or praying for happiness from the husband, will God give us happiness or opportunities to be happy? That's called fighting. If you fight, that's an opportunity to be happy. If you overcome that fight and understand each other, talk to each other and overcome that, that's a happiness and bonding increases. So always a fight is always an opportunity to be happy. That's what. If there is a fight, imagine that universal timeline or God is putting a breadcrumb. If you take it and eat it in the proper way, you will reach the timeline, universal timeline or happiness. So I'll tell you an example. I had an argument, severe argument, like day before yesterday. My family, my wife, my father and mother, we are sitting there and we are arguing in a topic, and I really lost my mind and I was shouting like anything, and I didn't behave properly. Okay, I was shouting at everything and I was like a kid. Okay, and I was so frustrated that whole night and I slept off. And the next day morning, normally if an incident like this happens, what happens next day? I will be so totally frustrated. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? I will be thinking like that. But after understanding this concept, what I thought was, I was not that much frustrated or having a bad feeling or something like that. I had an understanding. See, this is not a fight. This is a breadcrumb put from the universal timeline. You didn't eat it properly, but still now you have a time. You have time to correct that or take up that breadcrumb and have it correctly. I understood that's an incident or a breadcrumb to make others understand that I'm not happy with that thing, and make myself understand that I am still a kid. I have to understand how to behave properly or how to be calm and understand things and react to the situation according to that, which I did very poorly that night. So I understood, oh, this is not a fight, this is a breadcrumb to make me understand that I am not still that mature to understand and behave for certain situations, stressful situations like that. So you have to change. That's a lesson. So I miserably failed in that breadcrumb area, and I corrected that and learned the lesson. See, failure is better than success because failure gives you lesson, but success gives you only happiness, which is not a good thing actually, if you ask me. I can make a very good video about the flaws of going behind happiness. Okay, anyways, I thought it as a lesson. Okay, that's a breadcrumb and this is a lesson. And what I did is 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning when I went to gym, before starting my workout, I took up my phone. I put a very big message that this is wrong. I understand that I am doing a wrong thing. I did a wrong thing and I apologize for that. I sent a message to my mom and father and personally told them. And even I asked sorry to my kid, 10-year-old kid. He was there. And I told him this is not the way to properly behave and don't do this. Appa will also won't do that. And all these things I understood and I learned a very great lesson and had that ego out of my mind so that I apologized. You know what? After 8 o'clock in the morning, I was completely free. I had a feeling that, okay, even though I didn't take the breadcrumb properly, I just took it little late and I joined the universal timeline and I'm happy. Happy or bliss. Okay. So my final thing is, live your life in a concentrated manner. Don't just walk around life. Just observe everything. Choose wisely. Be in the universal timeline, not in your timeline. Every option or decision matters.